Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to Portal Reloaded. Last puzzle was quite the doozy, and I'm saying that pretty much for all the puzzles now, but also I feel like at a point there I thought the game's physics were breaking. Maybe they really weren't. But there's definitely some weirdness in that cubes were being flinged at a 45-degree angle forward, whereas I was being flung at a like 90-degree angle forward in the exact same manner. Maybe you could explain that because the aerial faith plates had like three next to each other and the cube was just hitting the one in the middle, but that's definitely not something that would have been in the original games.
These light bridges are great for traversing over deadly ground. As with the lasers, you will often only have one of these at your disposal, so use them wisely.
So we have another interstitial room with a light bridge, and we are really just going over the exact same elements that were in Portal 2, which is fine to do more Portal 2 as a community mod. You get an interesting little sound effect when you're standing or walking, specifically on the light bridges. We may be fairly close to the end, however. It's probably not a terrible idea to do some experiments here. Let's just see. In the future, is the light bridge lit up? Nope. And we'll just set ourselves with a checkpoint in case we want to go back. This is room 19 of potentially 25, and it doesn't feel too much like it's a rip-off of other elements or previous levels. We need two cubes, it seems. Yeah, I suspect at this point I'm not going to be seeing any like secret this is how you get out of this area type puzzles for a while. It'll probably be the last one in which you have to kind of cheat your way through something. Did I cheat my way through the last puzzle? No, so perhaps that one puzzle that I did feel like I was heavily cheating in, perhaps I did solve that the wrong way, or in a kind of cheaty way. And that certainly can be fun to solve something in a cheaty way. Okay. It's going to be an interesting turn of events. We need two cubes, which means we need to bring one cube from the future to the past, which means we probably have to put the cube on this square originally. Okay. So without falling to my death, I need to be able to place a portal here and then be back at that spot. trying to push the left trigger portals specifically into on this one. That way I don't end up pulling the left trigger, because I'm much more likely to pull the left trigger than I am to pull the right trigger. Alright. Alright, this is gonna get crazy, I think, very fast. It's fairly obvious that we have to have this travel at some point, which pretty much means we have to be over here to do something like that first. And I don't feel like that puts that in the right place. Okay. There we go. We just can't get that here. Okay. Here's the problem. Almost certainly what I need to do now is put the portal here and just hope it moves fast enough. But it didn't. Or it did move, but it didn't. It didn't move with the light beam. Yeah, as soon as you use the time portal to get it over, you're kind of, you have to leave the time portal wherever it is. So that means you can't move it any further there, but you do have a blue you can move, but that's pretty much all you can move. Let's just make sure that we can't just go backwards and leave the area. Nope, I didn't think we could, but alright. What you could do is put the time portal here. And that'll save you not really a lot. I don't know if that actually saves you anything. Light beam starts here. And it does definitely feel like there could be a lot more to this. Like having a cube over on this spot. Let's experience the final part of this first, just so we generally know what we're doing. So the last steps of this would be, you're going to take, in the future time, you will take the, well, in the present time you'll take the future cube and you will drop it here. Then you'll walk through this and it will fizzle everything out. This will fizzle everything and then drop you to your death. Well, not so much to your death this time. So, I question how you even are supposed to get to it. Like, interesting. Yeah, there's a fizzle cube on both, so that means you've got to get a light bridge that won't disappear. Which feels like you would have to have a time portal on that side. And you'd have to have yeah. I just don't know how you would even do that part. And this is definitely the problem when you have any puzzle that has ever been cheated around. It does open the idea that some of these puzzles maybe don't actually have solutions, even though for the vast majority of them they have been completely straightforward, or as straightforward as one might expect. Arguably, maybe I should turn down the game audio for how much we're going to hear this audio. Okay. Where's the green portal? Does it not show me where the green portal is? Green portal is there. Where I sit, it's not really a room to do move the green portal. So the hope is I could do the orange portal and survive, and then I could walk through this, and then I could, yeah, walk through this. Okay, not quite right. Right. This way. I can't put a portal there. needed I needed to go through time at a different point, though. Obviously. Might not hurt. Go ahead and just put that there. And then put that there. Okay. But if I move the blue one there, doesn't help me any. Why am I doing this so backwards? I mean, honestly, this probably isn't that much to do with time. Okay. Blue and orange there. Blue and orange here. If I could jump down and hit it, that might be something. Which might be why this wall is the way it is. Alright, let's try that. So maybe I needed to travel in time there. I don't think so. Okay. Alright, so if I don't place a portal in the wrong place, but this is what kills you now, because I could put the blue here, fine. And that's just like everything you would want, except for you're in the wrong time zone. So how do I put the orange also where I want it to be? Without killing myself. Or how do I put the time portal somewhere where it would be useful? I don't think I am putting it anywhere where it's useful, although there might be some small value in having it go wall to wall like this. I don't know. I don't really see it. This one has to hit this portal, and then it has to be converted in some way. which I am standing over the toxic sludge at any point where I could hit this. So I've got to find an angle, basically, where I could get back to that point and shoot the blue portal. Right. Now, how do I get the laser bridge over this direction? I don't know if we do. And I could definitely put a portal here to get the laser bridge to come. But that's about all I can do. I can't help but think that that actually destroyed the orange portal. So you can destroy portals in other timelines. Right. Well, my thinking was that if it was kind of like this, and then I could shoot a portal here. Almost feels like I may have to take advantage of this also. I think a lot of this may boil down to getting as high as possible so that you can take advantage of a fall. Okay. The time thing here can only help me so much in the future. Really am starting to lose confidence in a lot of this. And I guess, yes, you can do that. Arguably, a jump in this will even get you that far. You kind of don't need anything to get that far. We've just been able to do that multiple times now. Okay. But how does this help us in the past? Because we can't put the time portal here because then it just goes that way and you can't use it again. And that's just the way it's got to be, so wherever the other blue is just where the blue is. So I guess maybe this is the solution. Do this, fall here. We'll do a little hop jump just to make sure we make that. I guess I just overcomplicated it. There we go. There we go. Alright, so first part of that was fairly complicated. The good news is I pretty much understand what to do for the next part. Just place this here, nice and even. And then go ahead and grab this. That was some wonkiness. Alright. Interesting how they're different colors because it's on a platform. That is something that I think most of the time happens in Portal 2, but it's also something you don't tend to really pay a lot of attention to. Interesting. It lifted the cube up. That is not something I was expecting to have happen. I was expecting the cube to either block it like that's not going to help any. This moving would just destroy your path. So instead I'm assuming the move is to take this with you this way. And then we're getting very close to the end, but I think there's a trick to this that I still am not figuring out. Okay. Let's just go ahead and just try to line up everything nice. Actually, I don't think it is going to be that nice. Okay. How am I supposed to do this? Yeah. I need to place this here, but kind of place that there in the future. which does, I think, just mean something like that. And I guess we go back to the future. And then we place that. Okay. Here's the problem. The second we need this disabled, don't we? Which means we need a third cube. How in the world are you supposed to have a third cube? Okay. See, if I put the present day cube there, then that doesn't work. If I put the past cube there, then I can't move the present day cube. Maybe I just have to stand on it, or maybe we'll even find another cube. Like, we're not seeing other cubes fall down from the pipe. Okay. Lifting something up with the laser to destroy that one, which really would just have to be the original one, that doesn't really make sense either. I don't see how I do this in the present. Is there some other trick to this? I was wondering if possibly there was a way to work your way up higher and higher here. I think possibly there is. Okay. Where we stand. Put this down for a second. Let's go through here. I want to see if I can get this to work, at least to that level. Okay. Now please tell me that there's a time portal or something over here. Yes. Now, with that, I think I can just grab this cube. Or go back in the past and grab the future version of the cube. And that's how we get our potential third cube, is by duplicating it twice.
With all this talk about time travel, do you ever question the meaning of it all? Do your actions have any consequences? Or are we all just following the deterministic path of the universe?
Yep. We are kind of late in the game to start to hit on, like, the comedic musings of the character, the voice, telling us what to do. And frankly, we probably need a bit of a break between each puzzle because the puzzles are getting more and more complicated. But also, I feel like you have this odd imbalance in which, storyline wise, and for most games, we'd be working towards rising actions and maybe even falling difficulty. Like, games tend to get a little bit easier or stay the same level of difficulty past the halfway point because it's supposed to be, or in most cases, that you go for like a mountain peak idea where you have rising difficulty and rising action, and then you become the ultimate character in your own story and the hero, and then it is either going to plateau or it's going to fall down in the difficulty scale, maybe not fall down so much in the action scale. Whereas this game feels more like you have 25 peaks than valleys, in which each puzzle could be a peak of difficulty, and then you're going to have a very short valley in between the loading sections of each of those 25 puzzles, and the dialogue is offering very little respite or rest between the two, the first puzzle and the second puzzle in this case, or the last puzzle and the next puzzle. But yeah, I definitely think I could use a break myself, and I definitely am just trying to power through this game in 1 or 2 sittings. But yeah, with each puzzle potentially being 40 minutes long, we have 6 more to do, and they are getting more convoluted at the very least, if not more complicated. Anyways, that's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend or follow me on any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. And if you want to support me further, there's a link to Patreon, or you can friend me on Steam and get me a game off my wishlist. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.